the one, the only Benzion. Good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. Iyun with Benzion. Today we're doing Benzion Gittin, Daf Pei Hey, number 85. I want to talk about the Mishnah today. The Mishnah on Pei Hey and Aleph, in the middle of the Daf, talks about, we said in the beginning of the parak that if you say Ella, which means chutz, Ella usually means chutz. I'm matir you to everybody except to my best friend. Not a good gerushin. You're Meshayar Begita, according to the Rabbana. You're Meshayar Begita. You have to let it matir to everybody. What about if you say you're matir to everybody except my father, your father, Arayos? She can't marry them anyway, right? Or an Eved, or an Oved Kolchavim. People are not Jewish. She can't marry them anyway. There's no Tfilas Kedushin. You can't marry them. Right, so the Mishnah says that's a valid gerushin. Even according to the Rabbanan who hold chutz is a problem. This is a valid gerushin because you're not taking away something from her that she should be permitted to. She's not allowed to marry these people anyway. However, if you were to say, then the Mishnah says, if you were to say that you're a Yisrael, so you can't marry a mamzer. Now, the Torah does not allow a woman, a Bas Yisrael, to marry a mamzer. However, since Kedushin is Tovsin, if she would go ahead and marry the mamzer, the marriage would take effect. You're not allowed to go through with that marriage. We'd force her to get divorced, but it would take effect. So that's considered an invalid get. It passes the get because you mashayah. So this is the halacha. So the obvious question is that obviously the whole idea of shir is that you want to. It's krisos. That's the Rabbanan say. Krisos. You have to completely sever your bond from her, meaning allow her to marry everybody else. So if you say you can't marry my best friend, you're not severing that bond completely. Because when she was married to you, she was also to everybody, right? Now you have to matir to everybody, or else you're not severing that bond of marriage. So what's the distinction over here? What does it matter? If a mamzer, right? Even if kedushin is tovshin, what does it matter about tefillas and kedushin? Why is that the determining factor? Because the fact that if she were to get married to a mamzer, the kedushin would take effect halachically. Is she allowed to marry them? No, she's not allowed to marry them. So the krisos, basically the idea of krisos, I would seemingly understand it, is that you're supposed to free her completely. And if you don't free her completely, then you're Shayar Begita. You have not done krisos. So why are you not freeing her? She's not allowed to marry them. The Torah does not allow her to marry a mamzer. You're not so even though you're Shayar, you're not allowing her to marry a mamzer. Who cares? The Torah doesn't allow her a mamzer. So you are free. You're freeing her whatever you could free her. It must be that it's not the pshat in Gerushin. And really, this is the understanding of Macholis in Rameir and Belazar. How do you understand? How does Gerushin work? According to Rameir, Edi Chasima Karsi, the ikar is the shtar. The shtar. The document, obviously you have to give it to the woman, also miyada, but the shtar is itself what severs. The document, once it's in her hand, so the document severs the marriage. So you need a complete severance. However, according to Belezer, it's not a document of severance. It is called sefer krisis, but the ikar is v'nasan biyada. As I explained, it's a ma'aseh gerushin, and you have to push her away. It's not about. The krisis comes about through the ma'aseh gerushin, but the ikar is not the krisis. The ikar is the ma'aseh gerushin, and you have to divorce her, push her away. She was only muteris to you, usher to everybody else. You have to push her away from you and matir her to everybody else. A ma'aseh gerushin. So therefore, this is why it's important. Why this halacha is true, because since we passing like Rabbi Lazar, this is how we pass like Rabbi Lazar. You need a ma'aseh gerushin. Edi masira kar. So that's how you divorce her through the ma'aseh gerushin. So even though technically she can't marry a mamzer, but it's not about severing the bond. It's not about severing the isser. She was usher to everybody. Now she's mutter to everybody. I have to complete a clean break, right? Usher to everybody, mutter to everybody. No, it's not about that. It's not about mutter and usher, right? You see, Tfilas Kedushin, she's usher to the mamzer, but it's about Tfilas Kedushin. It's about ma'aseh gerushin. It's about taking her. She was in your house. You were responsible for her. Taking her and throwing her out of your house, basically. And v'yatzav ha'isa, like Torah says, if she's making her able to go on with her life, her next step, and marry somebody else, if she so desires to. If she desires to marry someone else, you're giving her that ability. You're pushing her out of your house and putting her in a situation of yatzav ha'isa, perhaps going and marry somebody else. So therefore, it's not about whether she's muteris. It's about the havaya of yatzav ha'isa, giving her the ability to remarry. You need a ma'aseh gerushin, give her the ability to remarry. Therefore, it depends on whether the kedushin would take effect, right? By forbidding her to marry a mamzer, since it's possible halachically that the marriage would take effect, it would be a havaya, it would be a havaya. So you're not doing a Ma'aseh Gerushin. You have to push her to her house and make her available, make her possible to marry somebody else. It's not about Isser V'Heter, forbidden or not. Krisos, if you just say the idea of Gerushin is Krisos, a severance, right? Severing the Isser. She used to be usher to everybody else. Now you're mattering her. That's so Krisos. So Mamzer, she's usher to anyway. So the fact that you limited her and said you can't get married Mamzer is not a lack of Krisos. But if it's about a Ma'aseh Gerushin, Miyatzav Haisa, giving her every possibility of Havaya, throwing her out of your house, but giving her the ability to marry somebody else, that's what you throw a guess. So you're taking that away, that ability away when you say you can't marry a Mamzer, because technically according to the Torah, it would work b'di'evet. So therefore, that's the real understanding of how Gerushin works. It's a Ma'aseh Gerushin, like Belezer and Adam Asira Karsi. Hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.